Do you have trouble creating a budget for your business? Well, today I'm going to show you the tool that I use to manage my money effectively. What's up, y'all? This is Sean Slaughter, realtor and investor. And today is part 2 of our Get Organized course for real estate agents and entrepreneurs. In our first class, we talked about getting organized with your schedule, how to organize your daily schedule. Today, we're going to talk about budget. Now, the one thing that I've noticed is that many people, when it comes to a budget, particularly entrepreneurs and those who are starting their own businesses or have part-time businesses, they do not organize their money. They don't know the money that's coming in. They don't know the money that's going out. They don't know what expenses that they have. And so today, what I'm going to show you is just how I organize my budget, okay? Again, I do not profess to be the budget guru, but I think I've created a tool that's been really, really successful for me, and hopefully it will be successful for you. If you have any ideas or any additions you want to add to the budget, or if you have a budget that you want to share, please leave it below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you karate chop that bell, all right? So you can be notified, okay? So here we go. Let's go to the screen. I don't know what my dog is doing. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so this is my budget. I didn't give you all the exact numbers, and I made the names of my bills generic so it's easier for you to see, and you can put in your bills the things that you have, because you may not have the same names as me, okay? Let me give you a quick overview of this budget. You guys know I love Google Sheets. That's just the geek in me. So, first of all, I split my budget up into 2 weeks. I take a month and I split it up like I'm paying myself, like I work at a 9 to 5 on the 1st and the 15th. So I have week 1 and 2, which goes from the 1st all the way up to the 14th. Then I have week 3 and 4, which goes from the 15th to the 30th or 31st. I have the due date here. I have the amount here. And then I have the total for week 1 and 2. I have the total for week 3 and 4. And then these two total up here from my total monthly bills. Then what I have is my income. So as a real estate agent, I have my monthly income here. I have my investment property income here, and my total income is there. Then I take my total income and I subtract it from my total bills, and that makes my net income. So you're saying, Sean, you only have $330 left over when you pay all your bills? Watch this. That $330 is going to look better once I explain what I'm actually doing. First and foremost, let's take our first 2 bills. Savings and payroll. Super, super important, okay? Now, you may say, Sean, I just started out. I can't do a $500 savings within the first 2 weeks, and I can't pay myself, $1,500 within the first 2 weeks. It's okay. The point is, you must make savings a bill. If savings is not a bill, you won't save. Don't take your leftover money and then just throw it in the savings. Make savings a bill. Make paying yourself a bill, and make it the first 2 things that you do. All right, I got this idea from a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. Paying yourself is very, very, very important. Okay. Next, I have my insurance. As a real estate agent, you need to have insurance, E&O insurance. So I have that. I have home search website marketing. So this is how much I pay for home search website marketing, if you can guess what site I'm talking about. I ain't marketing them. Health insurance, always very expensive. I have the due dates, of course, here. My monthly broker fee, a website that I have, SeanSlaughterHomes.com, and then any business credit card or any loans or anything like that I have here. And I have the weekly total there. Then for week 3 and 4, I have, again, savings again. Every check that I get, I'm taking out savings. Now, when you are running your own business, obviously you get paid at different times, right? So as a realtor, I may in January not get paid because I have 3 or 4 closings in February. So Sean, how are you still chopping this up? Here's what I do. When I get that influx of money in February, let's say January, I make no money because I have closings coming up. But in February, I have 4 closings. And out of those 4 closings, I might be making 25 to 30 grand just in those 4 closings for February. Then what I'll do is that 30 grand, I'll leave that into the account and I'll start paying my bills and putting money in savings and still paying myself only $1,500. Here's one of the keys that I do. I know that every month my bills are going to total to about $6,670. So I know that every month I need to have $6,670. So when I deposit $20,000 into my account, how many months of pay should that be? How many months of bills is that? It's about 3 months, about 3.5 months. So this keeps me from taking the 20 grand and just spending it. I'm buying couches, I'm going and buying a new car. No. That $20,000 is part of my 3-month budget. Now, if I make another $20,000 in March, another $20,000 in April, I still stick to the budget because now I'm saying this money is now for the next couple of months. And what I'll do is I'll actually transfer that money into my savings account and keep only the money that I need in my bill account, in my checking account. So I have a business checking account and I'll have a business savings account. And my checking account is where I'm paying my bills from. And the savings is that leftover money that I'll eventually pull back over for the next month to cover my bills. This way I'm not overspending, okay? Just follow me. We're in week 3 and 4, right? So I'm paying myself again. I have an IRA. So put your money in an IRA. Make sure you create an IRA so you have some retirement, get some dental insurance. Our listing service, of course, costs money. And then any realtor association fees, wherever you are, you have to join an association. And then, there's my total. If you're paying yourself $1,500 and you're putting money in the savings, you're paying yourself $1,500 and you're putting money in the savings, that $330 net income now becomes profit. See, if you're not putting savings and payroll in your IRA as a bill, if you don't treat it as a bill, you really don't know how much profit you're making. Now this is my profit. And what do I want to do with that? Whatever I want to do. Personally, I like putting it in savings, or I like putting it in an alternate savings account called things I want to buy. All right. And that money becomes money being saved up for things that I want to buy. That's your profit. Here's another thing that I also want to tell you guys to do. Have several checking accounts. Several. All right. I probably have altogether, 5 or 6 accounts. With my local bank, I have 2 accounts. And then I personally, and they're not paying me to say this, but I personally like Marcus, my Goldman Sachs savings accounts. Number one is because they have the highest yield when it comes to interest on savings, which is like 0.5%. It's the best you're gonna do. Savings sucks right now. But any extra money I can throw into my market savings account. And in my market savings account, I can start a savings account anytime that I want. I can have a savings account for my daughter's college fund. I can have a savings account for the things that I want. I can have a savings account for an emergency fund. I can have a savings account for whatever. And I can just start them just when I think about them. And it allows me to A, split my money up into different pots, but also it makes it difficult to get to that money. Because in order for me to get to that market savings account or any other type of online savings account, I have to transfer it back into my checking account. I do not get checks for that account. I do not get a debit card for that account because I want to make it hard for me to get that money. Here's another thing I want to show you. Last thing. So if you take this monthly income of $7,000, okay? $7,000 times 12. How much? Times 12. So based on this bill sheet, this is $84,000 a year. Okay? How much am I paying myself every month? $1,500 plus $1,500 is $3,000 a month times 12. So out of the $8,400 a year, I'm technically only paying myself $3,600 a year. Out of the $8,400 a year, I'm paying myself $3,600 a year. But I'm also kind of putting money into savings, so that's paying myself as well, but that's a bill. I'm also putting money into my IRA. That's a bill. Plus, you can live through your business, and we'll talk about that another time. But this is how you can make $300,000 a year, but only pay yourself $60,000 and finesse the taxes. Because if you're only paying yourself $60,000 a year, we need to also talk about incorporation. We'll talk about that as well. But if you're only paying yourself $60,000 a year, I'm only getting taxed personally off of $60,000 a year personally for taxes. All right. I'm not getting taxed on the whole, however much I make a year because I'm deducting expenses. I have expenses, and part of that expense is payroll. Okay. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you learned something. Be sure that you watch. I'll make sure I put it at the end of this video. Be sure that you watch our class on creating a daily schedule. And this will hopefully get all of you guys organized. Again, this is Sean Slaughter, House of Motivation, the place where inspiration lives. Follow me on Instagram at Sean Slaughter Homes. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.